I've got some news about the latest addition to Sony's Spider-Man universe, Madam Web, and it's not looking good. The reviews are in, and they paint a pretty negative picture of what to expect from this new entry. So let's break it down. First off, Madam Web's Rotten Tomatoes score has been released, and it's not a pretty sight. The movie aimed to be the closest thing to a full-on Spider-Man entry in the Sony universe, but according to reviewers, it missed the mark big time. One major issue seems to be the lack of chemistry among the cast. Despite the exciting premise of 4 Spider-Man-like heroines and a villain with a Spider-Man vibe, the characters in Madame Web don't seem to connect well on screen. This gathering of friends feels anything but cozy. And it gets worse. According to some critics, Madame Web not only fails to inject life into the Sony Spider-Man universe, but also makes the entire universe feel like a failed experiment. With other movies like Kraven the Hunter and Venom 3 lined up for 2024, this could have a ripple effect on the entire franchise. Now, here's an interesting comparison. Some reviews are saying that Madam Web might be even worse than Morbius, which, let's be honest, wasn't exactly a critical darling. Both movies share writers, which could explain some of the issues, but the problems don't stop there. Madam Web's dialogue has been criticized for being choppy and convoluted. It seems like the script didn't do justice to the talented cast, burdening them with awkward exposition instead of natural dialogue. And speaking of flaws, Madam Web seems to have a laundry list of them. From a disappointing villain and a lack of superhero action to messy dialogue, it's not painting a pretty picture. The movie is being compared to some infamous superhero flops like X-Men Origins, Wolverine, and Catwoman. The villain, Ezekiel Sims, played by Tahar Rahim, is getting some heat too. Reviews mention that his character comes off as generic and repetitive, reminding audiences constantly of his humble origins. And what about Madame Web's lead character, Cassandra Webb, played by Dakota Johnson? Well, reviews say her powers, which include seeing the future, are barely used. Seems like a missed opportunity to add some depth to the action scenes. Now, here's a common sentiment among the reviews. Madame Web feels more like a setup for a better film. The young heroines barely see any action in their Spider-Man-like suits, leaving audiences wanting more. It's like a long post-credits scene that may never lead to a satisfying movie. And finally, let's address the elephant in the room. Madame Web is no match for Marvel Studios' Avengers films. From writing to special effects to characters, it falls short of the high bar set by Marvel. Not that it was expected to be on that level, but the comparisons highlight the shortcomings. So, there you have it, folks. Madame Web is not getting the warm reception Sony was probably hoping for. If you were excited about the future of the Sony Spider-Man universe, it looks like Madame Web might not be the savior we were hoping for. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on the latest in the world of movies.